Hey, Shalom, Shalom, want to start off as always by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kudash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and honors to you, to you brothers doing the work in truth and sincerity. Another one inspired from Vocab's trip down to visit the brothers in Dallas, right? Where he was just going off, man. He was trying to say that we haven't got the true Hebrew, and then he pulled out when Yahusha said, Eli, Eli, Alama Sabachthani, right? And he says, that's proof, you know. He says, Eli, you haven't got an E, right? And he was saying, and then, he was trying to make it seem like the elder Ariella had tripped himself up when he said transliteration, right? So it says transliterate online etymology dictionary etymonline.com. Says to write a word in the characters of another alphabet. That's it, right? And I'm going to show you an example of this, because you could write it in the transliteration in one way, but actually a native wouldn't pronounce it in the way that it is written, right? So so it says in Korean, right? It says I am talking. I just typed in something real quick just to show you that this isn't actually the truth, right? As in, like, you just because it's written in English. So in English, you'd assume that's pronounced naneun malhagoista, right? But that's not how it's pronounced in Korean. It's nanun maragoita, right? Not naneun malhagoista, nanun maragoita. Right, and you can listen to the geezer saying it himself.
나는 말하고 있다.
Right, so 나는 말하고 있다. Right, but if you're English, right, and you're reading the transliteration, which is written underneath, I know Japanese has something similar, our revised Romanization, right? But if you're English and you read only the bottom bit, if you just read that, right, you would just assume it's naneun malhagoista. Right? And that's just a transliteration, but that's not how it's pronounced. That's just how we write it using English characters, right? So I'll let you listen to this transliteration again, how it's actually pronounced versus the way it's written, right? If you can hear it.
나는 말하고 있다.
Right? So if you see that sharpened 2 right at the bottom, right, its sound in transliteration is a l, but a native will tell you, depending on where you are, where this particular character appears in a sentence, right? It makes a r sound, right? Just like also here, you've got the circle, followed by. Can I highlight it? No, I can't really highlight. Right, yeah. So just after the highlight, you've got the circle, and then you've got the line, and then you've got like what looks like an M underneath. Right, each one of those M is a S sound, which is why in the transliteration you've got 2 S's, right? But in the rules, if you got it at the bottom, it's just you don't pronounce it, which is why you hear it once again.
나는 말하고 있다.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Also just an example that I pulled up real quick, just to show the transliteration it's just because I'm right. It's basically let me get the definitions. To write a word in the characters of another alphabet, right? So I've got some scriptures for you, man. It says for you Akim Salaki, right? So this is what he called up. It's in Matthew 27:46, and in fact there's a cut in 47, right? It says, and about the 9th hour, Yahushua cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, right? That is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Now listen to this. It says, some of them that stood there, when they heard this, said, this man calleth for Elias, right? But who was Yahushua calling for? Was calling for what do you call it? Yahweh, right? Alaya, right? But then why did it say Elias? Who is Elias? Is the scriptures talk about Elias? Who is this particular individual? Right, now we understand that this is referring to Elijah, right? It's talking to Elijah. It says Matthew 17:10. It says, and the disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? Right? And this is the prophecy in Malachi 4 and 5. It says, behold, I will send you Elijah, right? So in one's it's written as Elias, another place is written as Elijah, right? So let me finish this one. I'll finish off in what do you call it? In Matthew, right? It says, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to the fathers, to their fathers, right? Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Right. Yeah, so back in Matthew 17 and 10, right, you read it says, and his disciples said unto him, why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? So here it is written, right, that Elias must come, right? And even Yahushua said, you see it here written in red, it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall come and restore all things, right? But Yahushua would have said, would you call it, Elijah's name correctly, right? Which, in fact, how do you say that in the Hebrew? Alaya, right? According to this, Alaya, right? So would you look at that? In fact, let's look at Elias, right, from H452, right? Alaya, right? So this particular individual has no idea what he's talking about, man. You know, he had a win. It was weak, man. That was the weak. What you call it? You might have a little brother, like, they're 4 or 5 years old, when they're angry with you and they try to punch your leg or whatever, what have you, and it doesn't hurt or anything. That's what Vocab was throwing with that one, man. Right? It says Matthew 26:14, right? It says, and when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue, written in red, which means it's Yahushua speaking, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. Right, and that's written in red, and it just said speaking in the Hebrew tongue. So Yahushua spoke Hebrew, right? And what we speak, we believe through the Spirit. That's the holy tongue, right? Because we know in the last days, right, we will have to call upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? And the only way we know we can know that is if we have the true Hebrew, right? So we believe we have it in the faith. We have the true Hebrew, by faith, right? And what do you call it? At the very least, we have the characters Yahweh Shai and Yahweh correct, right? At the very least, right? So as always, Lord's will, that was edifying. Till the next time, Shalom.